some meatloaf!
To say that Meatloaf's Bat Out of Hell was big would be a massive understatement. In this video, we'll try to get an understanding and an appreciation of how massive Bat Out of Hell actually was. But before we do that, make sure you subscribe and ring the bell. Bat Out of Hell was composed by Jim Steinman and was developed from a musical called Neverland, which was a futuristic rock version of Peter Pan. Steinman and Meatloaf were touring together for National Lampoon's when they began working on material and felt like they had several exceptional songs. They spent 1975 and 1976 writing and recording the material, and Jim had this to say about the material.
I think of the album as, instead of being an album of just 7 songs, I think of it as a fairly unified collection of 7 visions or dreams. When you start playing the record, it's setting off on a voyage, on a series of adventures through this kingdom, this world.
They also spent 2.5 years being rejected by record companies, with one notable one from CBS's Clive Davis, who said that Jim couldn't write and Meat couldn't sing, and that actors don't make records.
What an idiot! Oh, what a loser!
Once they actually got into the recording studio, most of the tracking was done in about 3 weeks. However, the finishing touches took about a year, and there were a few really notable performers on the album. A few being Max Weinberg and Roy Bittan from the E Street Band, Edgar Winter, Yankees legend Phil Rizzuto, and Ellen Foley, who was the singer on Paradise by the Dashboard Light. Bat Out of Hell was released in October of 1977, but it was slow to get attention due to undermarketing, until a clip of Bat Out of Hell was shown on the BBC show The Old Grey Whistle Test, which generated such an intense response they aired it a second time and eventually invited them to perform Paradise by the Dashboard Light live on the show. Even though it was slow to catch on in America, Bat Out of Hell grew to be one of the best-selling albums of all time. So, just how big was it? It is currently the 4th best-selling album of all time, according to Wikipedia's claimed album sales, which puts it at 44 million copies sold. However, it does fall to 9th on this list when looking at certified record sales. Leave it to the record industry to not know how many copies of an album they actually sold. It seems like that should be an easily accessible number with a margin of error less than 20 million. Anyway, the album produced 5 singles out of 7 songs, 3 in the US and 2 more in the UK. That's more than half the songs on the album. So, whenever you have an album that produces 5 singles, it's going to be massive. Here's a few other albums with 5 hit singles on them. Third Eye Blind self-titled, Taylor Swift's 1989, Bon Jovi's New Jersey, and New Kids on the Block Hanging Tough. And just to put this in perspective, Bat Out of Hell has sold more than all of those albums combined. Next, Bat Out of Hell spent 522 weeks on the UK albums chart. That's 10 years. Only Queen's Greatest Hits, Fleetwood Mac's Rumours, and Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon have stayed on that chart longer, with Queen being at a staggering 1,087 weeks. That's 20 years. Bat Out of Hell has spawned 2 sequel albums, Bat Out of Hell 2 and Bat Out of Hell 3, and also a musical, which ran from 2017 to 2018. And finally, the album still sells 200,000 copies every year. So there you have it. Bat Out of Hell was the 4th best-selling album of all time and was absolutely massive. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this moment in music. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos in the future.